Hello, guys. Ian living in the Philippines and not very far from the Red Street, which was also known before as the Walking Street in Angeles. Yeah, it's just down the road from where I live. Although I've been here for 5.5 years, almost six, I've never been there. So you say, oh, how can you talk about the Red Street if you've never been there? Oh, there's enough videos out there, guys. And also on the news and while I was living in China for 12 years in Shanghai, yes, guys, there is a street, or was a street in Shanghai called the Tongrenlu. I've spoken about this before. There were even Chinese guys going, no, there isn't. There is not a street compared to the Walking Street. There is. Guys, I lived there. Why would I say that if there wasn't? I'm not that stupid. Tongrenlu. Look it up on Google, not the Tongrenlu now, because it's changed. There was a street better than the Walking Street. Believe me. I was there. Most of it was also full of Filipinas at that time. 2005 and upwards. I actually moved there in 2007. So, but I know what's going on there. Same as in the Walking Street. I know how they work and what they do. And yeah, right. Because some of you, especially you other YouTubers that live in Angeles, that well, how can Ian do a video about the Walking Street when he's never been there? I do watch your videos, guys, and some other videos from other. Let me come back to that now. So you get these guys walking around the cameras. Leon is one of them. Sometimes get into trouble with some of the bar owners, privacy issues or whatever you want to call them. I don't know. So that's one issue. You get floggers that get mixed up in small, we call fisticuffs, with the bar owners and some of the girls. This is what they don't show you. So Leon, and there's a couple of other guys that go around showing you all the girls. Oh yeah, the pretty girls and the girls, yes, and the girls, and all the pretty lights and lives. All the girls walking past. But you very, very, very rarely hear about the dark side. So there is a website called TripAdvisor. Just let me look here. I'll put it on the screen for you. tripadvisor.com.ph. So TripAdvisor also does normally for hotels or for holidays, if you want to go on it. So what they do is they get views from other people and put that in their website, so you have an idea of what these places are like. So what made me start this video from the first place? Yet again, yesterday, I think it was yesterday, guys, you let me know if I'm wrong, a bar was raided again and closed down. But yeah, I saw that on the news first, then I see it on another vlogger, and then another one. So they all report the guys that live there, not in the Walking Street, very near there, and visit that frequently. Big action, apparently. So the Sensation Bar, should I note that it's owned from Koreans? there's a big thing with these guys, floggers and the Korean, and not many people like the Koreans. Again, the walking street. The walking street is a tourist area. It's not for you guys that live. You can go there, yes, of course you can. I'm not telling you can't, but it's normally for the tourists. The same as the street that was in Shanghai. You get a lot of businessmen there that travel for a week or two, or for the technical engineers and whatever, and that's where we used to go. So the Sensation Bar again. So it got raided, closed. Everybody was carted away. So arrested or taken away. I don't know how you like to say it. So apparently, up to, so again, everything I say is only hearsay. I wasn't there. And I'm only saying what was in the news and from the other floggers. So up to 10 miners, which apparently seems to be a normal thing there in the Red Street. Other bars have been closed before for the same thing. So a lot of miners working there in the bars. Naughty, naughty. As one flogger mentioned today, if you're sitting in the bar, chatting to this miner, maybe you have your hand on her knee or your arm around her, or maybe she has her arm around you. Maybe you've bought her an alcoholic drink. Oh, if the police come in, oh, you naughty boy. So miners, a very big issue in the Red Street. In this bar also something about hygiene. So in other bars previously raided and closed down, there's one still closed that was raided last time. I think it was called the Stars Club, if I'm informed correctly. Same things, miners, hygiene, and drugs. For you guys that haven't been to a street like this and you've been watching it and go, why? They always show you the good side. The girls, they all look sexy in there. They're wearing nearly nothing. From my experience also in China, it's a normal practice. Also, is it called the Lockhart Road in Hong Kong? I was there a couple of times doing my visa. Very famous road, the Lockhart Road. It's not as hardcore as the Walking Street or Tongren, but it's a very similar thing. You got your bars there with the girls inside and a few girls standing outside, which will then sort of pull you in off the street. And so if you've never done something like this before, the first time you go there, you think, oh my God. They don't do that in Europe, do they? You have to go after the girls. Here, no, they virtually almost rape you on the street and pull you into the bar and take your money off you. That is what it's all about. I'll explain that in a minute. So the other thing that I've read a lot is outside of the bars, there's many gays, many ladyboys, and many freelancers. Again, this is normal. Gays, ladyboys, I do know from my experience of going to these places in Shanghai, there are a lot of men that search for this kind of thing, stuff, whatever you. And as we were there for 12 years, and we got to know all the girls, and because the Filipinos, we were a big group, so you got talking to some of the other lady boys, and you get chatting, and what And they said that nearly all of their customers were top businessmen with money. Who would have thought that? So all these managers and executives, they're only there for the lady boys. Now, I thought, no way. Yes way. Another thing, this is also in the film, not just in Angular, it's also GMA News last year, the Resto Bar in Pasay, Manila. 27 foreigners got arrested on that night, and 80 Filipinos. Also, minors, hygiene, and drugs. So this is not just the Red Street. It's is it any different in Pattaya? Actually, I did go to Phuket. What's the street? What's that? Is that there's a walking street there? Looked quite good actually. Lots of bars. You can sit there. There was also like a trans show, lady boy show. They look more beautiful than the girls did. But then you get the normal ones that overdo it a little bit. I mean, it was a show, so they're there with all the gear on and stuff. But anyway, back to Anglers. Yeah, so there's been a couple of bars raided. It's not a new thing. It's been like that over the years. You guys who don't live here, you won't see that, and there's very few vloggers that will show you that, because then gives the place a bad reputation. Another thing about this Leon, he's very clever. Maybe not, but maybe. So I think what he does is he does one long video, I think. Then he cuts that down into 3 or 4 shorter videos. So he posts that over the day. So he gets thousands of views. So what I'm thinking is, if it was one video, you get people looking in there once. But if he does one short video in the morning, you'll get all those looking at that one. If he posts in the second one 5 or 6 hours later, all those that looked at the first one go, oh yeah, that was just like part 1. Let's have a look at part 2. Oof. So double views. And then so maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right. Maybe good guess. So yeah. People are moaning about the Koreans. It is a Korean tourist spot. Apparently there's lots of Korean restaurants there, lots of Korean people. Of course there'd be lots of Korean people. And that's why there's lots of bars there that are normally just for the Koreans. Also, someone noted, yeah, there's lots of signs there. Again, I haven't been there, so I can't tell myself. Lots of signs, and also restaurants in Korean. That'd be the same as when where did we go? It was an island or China, Sanya. We went there lots of times, and then at one time we went down there, everything's in Russian. We're in China, South China, an island called Sanya, Hainan. The bars that we used to go to before, it was in English Chinese. And the last times we were there, all Russian. We even got nearly chucked out by Russians to a bar that we used to go to before the Russians were there. So the Russians overtook it. So that is very similar to the Anglo City with the Koreans. And I don't think the Filipinos, they mind. It's just the expats now. They feel, this is our street. They got the money, and they don't like the Koreans coming over and taking their girls off them. Right, what I wanted to do, so minors, hygiene, drugs, this TripAdvisor. So I went in there and to have a look. And one of the first things that, yes, there are comments, they do give good reviews. But if you look yourself, most of them will be negative reviews. So there's one here in Australian, it's overpriced, overrated. The costs are confusing. I'm not sure what he meant by that. And, costs are confusing. So you get this buy 4 and get 2, or the lady drinks. What is a lady drink? I don't know because I haven't been in Anglos, but I can tell you what the lady drink was in Shanghai, which I found out by accident. So a long time ago, so even before I met my wife, so I was going to this bar called Deja Vu in Shanghai. And I got to know the manager and her sister. And yeah, there was a girl there. 2 or more, there was more pretty girls, but 2 girls used to come to me all the time. And so it opened up at 6 o'clock, so I was there at 6. And yeah, you buy me a drink, Ian? So yes, of course. What do you want? Yeah, orange, vodka and orange. Okay. So I was getting a good salary then, so no problem. And so what you used to do, they have a glass, and when you buy the drinks, the bill gets put in the glass. So 50 RMB at the time. I'm not quite sure how much that is here. So 50 RMB. So 2 girls, 100 RMB. Paper in the glass. What they used to do with some of the guys, if the guy got so drunk, the toilet was upstairs. So the guy would go upstairs, the girls would again get some more pieces of paper, put them in the glass. So where you probably had, I don't know, 6 or 8, you come down from the toilet, you'd have 10 in there all of a sudden, but you don't notice. And I used to watch them do this with all these other guys. It was really funny. And they did try and do it to me on once, but I knew. So, but these other guys, they go, they're so drunk, they used to pay. That was funny. So the drinks. The girl that was entertaining me at that time, she went to the toilet. And I don't know why. The drink was there. And I thought, huh? That's just orange juice. So I said to the guy behind the bar, so we got very, very friendly because I was there for weeks. So going over, and he went, oh, yeah. I go, what? Shh. And I got one of the managers. I says, hey, I'm paying for vodka and orange. You're only giving your girls orange juice. She goes, yes. I goes, that's not right. She said, Ian, these girls have got to work till 4 o'clock in the morning. If I give them vodka and orange already at 6 in the evening, they'll be drunk before 9. So we can't do that. So I got my drinks free for the rest of the night. And the nights after that, so the girl that was always with me, she already got her vodka and orange, but drinking it very, very slowly. And I'm sure they do that here as well. Oh, great. Yeah, I used to sit there and watch all the other customers get ripped off. It's really funny. Right. Back to tripadvisor.com. Right. What we'll do, I've got it here, guys. It's open here. Right. Here we go. There's here Buddy actually lives in Angeles, but so there's many changes, but not for the better. This is a red light area that can be very entertaining. This type of area calls for many bars, clubs, beautiful girls, and the problem is that it is run down and being taken over by Korean businesses. So this is what I'm reading now. This is not BS. So most of the bars and many of the restaurants are now Korean owned, which means more signage that you cannot understand. This area is also being affected by a large number of ladyboys that are increasing in numbers. Through all of this, it is still enjoyable, but not what it used to be. It'll be another Korean town. So this is TripAdvisor. Again, we have the guy from Australia. A good walk at great bars. So some guys do been there, walked it, had a few drinks at the bar. Out in the streets, keep an eye on your wallet at all times. Doesn't sound good, does it? Tom B from Luzon, a very entertainment area, lots of small, cozy bars of various quality. Some even defy local laws and allow indoor smoking. The title of his comment was Ladyboy Central at Night. So all have smokers outside near the doorway. Always look about and decide the bar that matches your mood before ordering a drink. If you don't like it, just walk out and go to the next bar. So Ralph from Mexico in the Philippines. It is a red light capital of Pampanga. Lots of Korean restaurants and pubs are here. He's talking about taking the taxi. It is also commonly known as the walking street. Don't go here during the daytime. It's like a ghost town. Yeah, it's just this is just for nightlife. And we have another one. Great entertainment. This place to go to if you're in the area. They have lots of restaurants and bars to keep you occupied and entertained all night. We have a person here called Safari. It's a tourist trap. A tourist trap. Plenty of establishments to enjoy yourself, whether eating or drinking. Just be cautious of many vendors walking around selling more than just cigarettes and gum. As a foreigner, it is important to walk down the walking street without a vendor offering to sell you illegal narcotics. Oddly, I've never seen the police catch any of these guys. I know there's a lot of corruptions here, but this just makes you wonder how deeply entrenched it really is. The main attraction of AC. Well, it's the bars and restaurants, not for the family or trip with your kids, but you would already know this, I think. Rich from Chicago, past its prime. Walking Street are seeing better days. With the removal of the security officers from the 3 entrance points, which kept the undesirables away, to the crumbling streets. Also, the constant turnover of businesses and the laziness of the door girls to bring in customers is sad. Always on their cell phones. There are fewer original establishments around, but not enough. Still can get a good meal though. So, yeah, it sounds more Siang Hong Go from Singapore, a good Korean food and friendly service at the restaurants. Not really there for the nightlife, I don't think. This is my first time since the pandemic to the walking street. So about 3 years, a lot has changed. The bars and eating places here. it has turned out that many Korean restaurants and bars, it's because the main customers are the Koreans on vacation, which I already, I guess for them, it's like people flying to Las Vegas for a short stay. Yes. Um, that's what I also mentioned to you guys. Yeah. Um, another one here. Die are many gays and freelancers. Be careful of the freelancer girls and boys here. They may come over friendly, but at your risk. If they rob you when you're in the shower, um, nothing you can do. Get a girl from the bar and you have some protection. Many gay boys are hanging around. This is what these guys don't show you on their videos, is it? I mean, on the videos, these walking videos. Not the other videos where they're sitting at home and talking about it. They do sometimes mention this. But most of the time, what's this one? Tom B, male domination. Not good for normal couples. Walking street is not for the female crowd unless the female is working. Non-pro women should expect unwanted advances. Other neighborhoods have better restaurants and better environments. Again, it depends on what you guys are going there for. And when you do go there, be careful. As there's lots of minors. The hygiene apparently is not good. I'm not talking about, I wasn't there, but I can't imagine that all these bars have drug problems and hygiene problems. Oh, Ian W. Could that be me? No, it cannot be me because I haven't been there. Empty, sad, dark, and boring. I visited here once with my last being 24th of December. Fields used to be a heart of anglers. A couple of years ago, it was booming. There's obviously been an effort to clean up the street and very strict rules introduced. So from these comments, guys, I would not go there. I mean, I'm not going to go there anyway. I've passed that now. Seen it and done it in other places. No need for me to go there. This video was just because of the news that came up. And oddly, not so long ago, the same thing. And in the past, again, the same thing's happening again. I just wanted to warn you guys that have never been there before. It's risky. So, guys, I'll leave it at that. Check out that channel, TripAdvisor. I'm not telling you any fairy tales. I can only read to you what these guys are commenting who's been there before. So it's very easy to walk through there with the camera, looking at all the pretty guys, that's the lady boys, girls, and just showing all the good bits. Tell me what you think in the comments. I suppose I'll get a few. Yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about. Well, it doesn't matter. This is for all you guys that thinking of going there. You might now think twice. There are plenty of other nice places to go apart from the walking street in Angles. Again, it's mostly just a tourist spot for Koreans. And maybe for very old guys who can't get anything else anywhere else. So guys, I'll leave it at that. I'll catch you on my next one. So until then, it's goodbye. Bye guys. Keep safe if you're going to the walking street. You have been warned.